Hello, everyone. It's July 19th, and this is a brief video update of our capital campaign here at St. Jude's. And wanted to give you this update. We've had some great feedback so far, and just really wanting to keep up communications as we've pivoted more towards a public phase of the campaign to be keeping the dialogue going. So I'd like to have this little video, and the big invitation today is for you to come to a town hall about our campaign on Saturday, July 27th at 10 a.m. I think those exchanges are far more beneficial than mere videos, although I do think that the videos can be helpful. And so based on that town hall, we'll probably make another video as well if you're unable to make it. But at any rate, point is, I very much want communication and dialogue throughout this entire process because, again, we either do this together or not at all, and communication is a very big part of that. So, I would like to touch upon three things briefly today with you, just based on conversations we've been having, feedback, questions, stuff like that. This will not be exhaustive by any means, but again, a foretaste of a good town hall experience. So, the first area I would like to touch on, of course, is about finances and financial exposure, and just how does this whole thing work? Would we be in over our heads, stuff like that. And so I first want to share with you my screen. I think I've shared this map before. This is the capital construction team's map. So if you want to have any sort of capital project, this is the map that we followed together with the diocese, collaborating closely with the diocese. And so it's color coordinated to reflect the different phases. And I'm not going through all of this, but I'm only here to share with you that in each of these phases, the question is asked about financial viability. And so it's not just a once and done, but it's at the beginning and at the end of each of these phases. So you're not allowed to proceed to the next phase unless you've been able to show financial viability. And so we've been going through this process. We've already had several conversations with the diocese about that. And they simply will not let us proceed without showing financial viability. So we're actually in the design development phase. And so it shows how much work has already been done. But we're definitely going to be pausing things here at the end, not only to review with the diocese, but this will really set our budget. And that's going to determine, how we move forward. Going to stop sharing. Okay. And so just a sort of bird's eye view of how the diocese approaches the financial matters is that they have a certain formula that has certainly worked for countless campaigns across the diocese. And so the formula is simply this: it's a third, a third, a third. So in order to really begin a project and get shovels in the ground for anything, you have to show you have a third in cash, and that you have an additional third in pledges to be received, and then you can finance the last third. Now, whether or not that's going to be the perfect formula for us is something we continue to dialogue about, to finance a third, how to service that debt, the monthly charges, etc. The diocese does act as its own bank, and so generally there's a 10-year loan, but that can be extended to 15 years. The capital project up in Highlands, we got locked in at a certain rate, and there'll be a one-time rate adjustment downward if it's more favorable. And so there may be something like that in the future for us as well, but just as an example. So as regards to debt, nobody wants to have debt. Of course, many places and families and people have it. It's just the goal is not to have too much. And so you want to be able to stretch a project or a goal or whatever the case may be without overstretching. And so that will definitely be a key part of the conversation as we move forward. And we're not even going to be allowed to be oversaddled with debt. So where that is exactly, we don't know, but we do want to, minimize it or at least get it to whatever works with us in our situation here, because we are a unique parish. It's small, it's seasonal, but disproportionate in its capacity. People certainly have means here, so we're going to find something that works best for us. But the budget really does drive the project, and so if we only hit a certain amount, we only hit a certain amount, and that's it. So the project, we're looking at a $12 million project. And so this campaign would be aiming for at least 9 million. Our feasibility study indicated that we could certainly hit that, but we would want to go even beyond that, again, to minimize debt. This is a formula that has worked for, a long time in the diocese, and we want to make sure it does work for us as well. And so, look, it's expensive to build right now. And if you're part of building anything right now, you probably know that. And so to build anything that's not a Dollar General, you're looking at probably 10,000, or excuse me, 10 million. And so that's what we budgeted for a new church, 10 million, and then another two for renovations. Again, moving the offices downstairs, renovating the current church to a parish hall, etc. It sounds like a lot of money, but it's roughly the budget of the capital campaign in Highlands, and we just had the groundbreaking up there. And so far, we're off to a very solid start, and there's some very significant gifts that have already been pledged or indicated. And so we are in a good position, and we all know the capacity, is out here. So at any rate, like I said, we'll be pausing any architectural work at the end of this month. That's a natural pause at the end of design development in order to see where we are with our budget and then move forward accordingly. So, some people ask, does the diocese write us a big fat check? The answer is no, but what they do provide is a lot of expertise. I am on the phone or emailing constantly, whether it's with the development office, legal, construction office, a lot. And it just, there are a lot of really skilled people there, and they're lending their expertise. So we get a lot of support in that sense. And so that's why our diocesan support appeal, it goes to make these things available so that they can be of service to us and to assist us. All right, so that was the first topic. The second is going to be a little briefer, and that's just about communication. Again, this little phase here, the next few weeks, I really want to push communication, this video, town hall, perhaps a second video after the town hall. But by no means do I want this to be the end. We'll have regular updates, and I want you to feel comfortable to be approaching me or our campaign team leaders at any point with questions, concerns, comments, observations, suggestions, whatever the case may be, because communication must be central in having a successful campaign. So, we communicated a bit during the feasibility study and schematic phase. That was during the spring. Not everybody was back yet. So we're going to make this little push now. But I really do encourage you all to come to the town hall on the 27th. And so the leadership team, I want to just share a few names with you in case you have questions. You can approach any of these folks. We're deepening our bench currently, so this is the current list, but hoping to get a few more. If you've had experience with campaigns or this is something that interests you, please let us know. Definitely would like to, consider you as part of the team. But John Quinlivan, you usually see at the door as an usher, Kathy Hawley, and she's really a point person, especially with communications. She has a campaign email that we'll be making available. So if you don't quite know where to start, probably starting with her. Karen Sledge, Sarah Chapin, Kathy Virgo, Donna Quinlivan, be heading up the prayer, our little prayer warriors to assist us spiritually with this. Of course, you can come to me at any time. I mean, a lot of y'all have great experience, and you have some great feedback. And yeah, I look forward to hearing that from you. I've already gotten some fantastic suggestions, observations, etc. All right, now I want to share with you some of the latest images. You may be interested in that because there has been a lot of development there. Before I start, though, know that this is not set in stone, any of this. Although the ship has sailed in certain regards. I mean, the basic style, more or less the basic size and shape. These things, that would be really hard to change at this point, or very expensive. But it's very much a process. And so, the changes, I think, get fewer and fewer and more refined as we move forward, like with any project. So, all right, without further ado, let me share with you some 3D renderings. Here we go. So this is obviously the exterior. Um, this is the side of our current church. We'll get another view. And I'm just showing a few here today. There'll be a lot more at the town hall and future videos, but I did want to just at least start getting some of these images out. So it's going to be a wood structure. And there we go. To have sort of stone, more local stone as a base. I think that could be very nice. This is a proposed baptistry. That's what that is. Um, but just beautiful accents there in the colors. Um, but sort of an alpine Gothic. The basic shape is and styles out of Gothic. So you know, very traditional type of style, American Gothic revival, and to be particular. Uh, Here's an image of the interior. Um, and so a couple of the main features, of course, of this style, and I've mentioned this before, one would be the height. It kind of brings the eyes and the heart up. It has that effect when you walk in there. And that of you know, a very prominent reredos that really kind of grabs the eye and brings your focus to here, which is what the entire building is trying to communicate. You know, bringing your eyes and therefore your heart forward, you know, to the altar where the Lord's sacrifices is renewed. You'll notice the blue I'd mentioned, you know, we do live in sapphire, and in the book of Exodus, it mentions that God appeared as if he was standing on a sea of sapphire. So I said, why don't we kind of explore that a little bit? Um, but yeah, so this is all wood. And then, oh, another angle here. That's so beautiful. Amazing what computers can do. This be from the side aisle. And this must be like in an afternoon. If you're in there in the afternoon, that's where the sun would be. Um, another angle here. So the idea is that that would be a shrine to St. Jude. We haven't really talked much about that there. And then a little shrine to St. Joseph would be up there, and opposite would be Our Lady. So we have some statues we can go and pray in front of, etc. So. And this is just a very early rendering of what a social hall could look like. And I've described it before, but here's at least an image for you. So you'll see a couple things. So this is where the cry room is, roughly, having the kitchen in where the now vesting sacristy or the apartment is. And then being able to have food prep or you know, food line here. And at any rate, so I mean, we still have some more details, you know, I think to work out as regards to that. You notice that they're brightening up the building a little bit. It is dark in there. I mean, I do like it it's in many ways, but it is kind of dark. And so two things we've looked to do. One is brightening up this level of the walls, and secondly is opening up. You know, this is roughly where the well, just beyond the confessional. I think the confessional will be about here, but just kind of opening that up so you could have indoor and outdoor events and people be coming, you know, in and out. So I think that'd be very nice because come here to be outside mostly. And I also proposed that indoor outdoor fireplace is just sort of creating an atmosphere and hopefully have some comfortable chairs near it for people to congregate, etc. So I think that is pretty much it for the images. Like I said, we'll share more and talk more at the town hall. And so that's it. I do hope that you're able to go on the 27th. And if you have any questions, now you know some of the leadership team members. And again, Kathy Holly's campaign email will be made available to everyone. And you know, I just want to say, 2 years ago we became a big boy parish, and it's just exciting to kind of build on that momentum and kind of take our community to the next level. Yeah, I'm looking forward to really developing our parish life, being able to have, you know, more greater speaker series, for instance. I mean, a lot of y'all know a lot of interesting people, good people, to have good talks about the faith, etc. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to to building that community, building us up together. And so we remain thankful for the community of a very small number of Catholics back in the 60s who prepared, who met not only their needs, but the projected needs of the future that we've benefited from the last, 5 decades. And so, we just hope to do the same. We have a lot of, a lot of people have done very well here, and just hope to kind of build up our community for today, but also for the future. So that's it. And come on out the 27th. And thank you for all your support thus far, and for your prayers. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care. God bless. See you soon.